Yeah.
Hi, I'm Karen Kilgore. Build websites and do graphic design and book publishing. And I want to introduce you to my friend Sarah Loos. I built her website and did her branding and wanted to introduce her to you today because she is in an important role. And while a lot of people are home in some very tight, relational, demanding circumstances, Sarah specializes in helping people through that. She's got some really unique giftings, and I wanted just to make her services available to you. So welcome, Sarah.
Thanks.
Tell us, just give us an overview of what you do and how you can help people basically do life better.
Yeah. So thanks, Karen. Yeah, I am a transitional coach, a spiritual teacher, and also a holistic healer. And that combination comes in beautifully in the circumstances we're in right now. Most of the work that I've been doing for 17 plus years is involving, it's typically a female client, and she doesn't know why she needs to work with me until it's like the ground falls out from under you and there are massively challenging circumstances that you're experiencing. And so right now, what I find is most of my client work is dealing with people who are recognizing that under the circumstances of sheltering in, it can feel like you're in a petri dish, and all of a sudden you become really aware that maybe the relationship you're in isn't really serving you in the best way. So I know the divorce rates when China got out of their shelter and quarantine notice, it escalated crazy, and it's being predicted that that's what will happen here. So that can be one of the most frightening awarenesses that you ever have. I know it was for me. All of my clients talk about that window of time when they realized this isn't working. It just sends panic through you. And so some of the things that I do, for example, are help people. My goal is always to help people embrace whatever stage they're in life, and that might include divorce, and get you navigated through it and understanding that you're not broken, that you don't need to be shamed, that, you know, sometimes people just literally grow in different directions. And right now with this pandemic, what I'm recognizing is that people are in this confined space. And so today I want to just talk a little bit about some quick tips that might help you survive, get through this a little bit easier. So you and I talked about this earlier, Karen. You know, I love to use analogies, and it just makes things easier to understand. I think that we've been, prior to the pandemic, we've been walking around with china plates, and we're getting to fill those with lots of beautiful life things, just loading them up. And where we are right now, it's like you went to this barbecue and there's lots available to you, but somebody gave you one of those really cheap paper plates. And what I mean by that is you just can't load as much on right now. The energy that's out there, the fear that's out there, it's just a different world. And so you cannot fill your plate as full. And especially if you're a parent, you cannot fill your plate as full, which sounds counterintuitive because you're working at home and you're probably homeschooling, and it's just too much. So the most important thing I'm going to say is practice radical self-acceptance. Let yourself, if you need to sleep more, you sleep more. If you just need a break, you take a break. I always tell my parents, like, you know, you would do this for your kids. I love saying to my daughters, you know, I need a timeout. I just need a timeout so that you can walk away and clear your head and not say something you don't mean. That works the same in your relationships. We frequently need to take timeouts and walk away so that we don't say something that's going to cause this avalanche of emotions in the family. And especially if you have kids home right now, you know, we're all having to put on our big people pants and try to behave and not have the disruptive habits show up. So that's important. And a couple of other really quick tips. So I know I'm going to keep this short, but try not to take things personally. We're all under the heat lamp, so not everything people say is really about you. So just try to let it go. Try to find a space where you can be alone, because I'm just going to say, like, if you know, and that includes the children, let the kids have their bedroom, let, you know, dad has the den, mom has, you know, the master bedroom, whatever it is, everybody has their sacred space, because we need alone time, we need separation and quiet. And that's where the foundation of my work begins, because I'm all about teaching you to have this inner foundation that's unshakable, courageous, just knowledge within yourself that you're okay, you're going to be okay, and that you're loved and supported. And for a lot of us, we've not been aware of that for a really long time. So that's how this work comes in really handy during these challenging and frightening times.
That's awesome. Thank you, Sarah, very much. And what can you offer people right now? Do you have any kind of webinars or any kind of consultation? What can you offer them?
Yeah, thank you. I have right now, I'm doing for the month of April, and I've never done this before, but things are really desperate, and I want people to be able to get the support they need and the connection they need. So I'm doing 50% off my private sessions. And there's only a limit of 3, which is huge. So you can go to my website or my social media posts and see that you can grab that offer. There's a link to get straight onto my calendar to book them. And then you can circle back to my gorgeous website that Karen built, and look in a week or so, you'll see posts under the events that I'm doing some webinars specifically. If you know you're needing to leave your marriage and you want to learn how to navigate it so that you don't have the disruptive, nasty outcome, how you have the conversation, how you begin the dialogue with your spouse will ultimately create the outcome that you have. And I'd love for people to actually go to a higher level of themselves and be able to do that collaboratively and consciously. So especially if you're parents, please, 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 you know, it's about stepping out of the ego and learning how you can be so that you can leverage the love you've had and co-parent in a very kind way and have a beautiful outcome. Divorce doesn't have to be ugly and messy. It really doesn't. So, yeah.
Very good. Thank you, Sarah, very much. And we'll put the link below so you can get hold of Sarah and just connect with her easy. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Be well, everyone.
Yes, be well. Take care.